Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nioh 2 on the Mysterious JG. And I would say this level seems really long, but these DLC levels, story levels have been pretty long, and I guess that's no bad thing. Like, the alternative is that they seem short, and that would feel like a ripoff if you paid extra money for them and they're not part of the main game. Are you it? No, there are yet more Kadama to find. Okay. Well, shoot, man.
Once the enemy crosses the river, it's too late to deploy our men. They must be stopped.
I think this is the end of the level. And we don't seem to have gotten all the Kadama. This vague notion that there'll be like a hidden Kadama all the way back here. It's kind of weird that we had one human hanging out up here to be killed. See, I thought I heard a Kadama panicking in this scene, but in fact, yeah, it's not showing up on the radar, but there's a Sudama. That would be what it was. Well, let's drop the sickle spear because it doesn't belong to a set. See if we get another green item back. See, green Ipon-Datra's hammer and some lantern fruit. Alright, 6 and 1/2 dozen. Another item that I won't be using anyway, so who cares? So, I'm almost positive that's going to be the end of the level, so I'd at least want to backtrack far enough to get to where we know there was an enemy. Oh, there's a chest over here. There could... Okay, something's going on. There's some corner of this map we never got to.
Seems they're running out the fight.
I feel like we did a pretty thorough exploration of that mine at the beginning of the level. So I'm kind of hoping that it's something in this later half of the level that we might have missed. There's a Kadama. Oh, here we go. If this is it, I'll feel fine about this whole thing. Please be it. Thank you. All right. I didn't mind this level. This one was kind of cool. I didn't get as much frustration here as I did at times with the last main story level, which got a little ridiculous. Oh, you can actually slice through bamboo. Well, it would have been good to know that before in terms of hunting for secrets, but now that we've got all the Kadama, I don't really feel the need to go back and explore the forest further. Oh, this is the front. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Okay. I had something I wanted to. Oh, actually, no. What am I doing? I can't do that. I have to. I was changing up my my laptop windows, and then realized, oh no, I just hid my timer, which is telling me. So you're just by yourself guarding the boss, which will certainly be some kind of super demon. Oh, you know what? Fuck you. Gotta hit the shrine again now and get my health back. Alright. Without knowing what boss is ahead, I can't really play with any of my settings. So I've got stuff for Kadama detection and whatnot that probably isn't going to be ideal for this boss. But I don't know what will be ideal for this boss, because I don't know what this boss is. But let's find out together. Now that we got all the Kadama in the world, or at least the world of this one level. Demon Horde Kusarigama. You know what? Excuse me. Sorry. Purity's been treating me pretty good. Not to mention it has damage bonus Amarita gauge, which is nice. If I were to try to switch it up, I could get a little bit more out of the water imbuing one as far as just raw damage. Although it's hard to tell with the damage bonus Amarita gauge thing going, because that doesn't present itself on this screen. Nightcrow Kusarigama is showing the same damage imbuing poison, but that never ever seems to work. Rotten Rope Cutter is showing more damage and corruption. Damage boost, enemies defeated. Let's stick with Purity. Purity seems to be easier to apply to demons. And I'm going to grab a water, which is probably a stupid idea. I don't know how long this cinematic is going to be. So Pancake holding up his end. Sort of. Oh. Okay, so this is it for Pancake. This is his historical death. It's pretty badass way he dies, but I was so close with a mute weirdo.
This. You want to be cut down like dogs?
Uh-oh.
Human scum!
I think we're about to find out a little secret about our friend. I didn't know this was coming. So I have a feeling we might be fighting him now. I doubt the level's over without us having a boss fight. That's a lot of damage you just threw down there. He doesn't seem to care about our attacks as long as he's in hippity-skippity around mode either. Probably gonna have to like settle for getting these shots rather than the full complement of these most of the time. Oh, fuck. You know, I'm running out of elixirs painfully quickly. Okay, there goes me dead. Wanted to get him poisoned. Okay. Might actually be able to get it to stick. Okay, I guess I should have evaded that and didn't, so that's on me. I was really hoping he wouldn't instantly go for yokai mode once I put any debuffs on him, but I probably should have expected that as the most likely thing that would happen. Almost out of everything good and just. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is probably going to be a complete waste of... Ow. This is actually really close. Oh, I can't believe it. I got him. Oh, that was as close as it came. I was going to be killed by that next attack. I'm sure of it. Whew. First try. Not with a lot of style, but first try. Because I was already thinking ahead, like, oh, because I went ahead and used Guardian Spirit mode to try to throw in some damage at the end there, now I'm going to have to use a bunch of Amrita stones to get the Amrita back because I'm going to fail, and then I didn't fail. So that's nice. Feeling pretty good about that. All right. So, confused. Didn't know you were a yokai. He's mad about Bankai's death, and that is, I remember that death of Bankai. It's actually pretty similar to the death of Cuchulainn, or Cuchulainn, but I think it's Cuchulainn in Irish mythology. He's like struck down at range by lots and lots of archers who are then, and he's badass enough that he like kind of chains himself to a rock so his body won't fall, and then he dies, and then the enemy is afraid to even advance because they're so scared of him. But Bankai is kind of the Japanese equivalent of Cuchulainn. He's in at least that one respect. He is like such a fierce fighter. He finally gets cut down by like 1,000,000 arrows, and he dies on his feet. Like he stands there like perfectly balanced. His dead body won't fall, and his armor's heavy enough that it holds him in place, I guess. And then the enemy, like, it was like hours before somebody would advance and touch his body to see if he was dead because they were so afraid of what a badass he is. And we just watched him die, and even though we didn't get to know Pancake particularly well as a character because he didn't talk, apparently Minamoto wasn't happy about this shit at all. Or Miyamoto, or whatever his name is. I apologize, I keep getting it wrong. But hey, I can't remember if it's Cuchulainn or Cuchulainn, so let's proceed.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem,
My
dudes.
anger get the better of me.
We're cool. I beat you on the first try. I didn't even need a bunch of continues. Nowhere near as frustrating as that Date guy who transforms into a centipede. That one really was pissing me off in the last game's first DLC. Here's a whistle. Just why not? Here's more spirit animals that for some reason you didn't already know about.
He who cast our world into the inferno of war
Just Kiyomori, Tyra.
lurks in the darkness within us.
With this scary evil flower
Still,
symbol.
he fans the flames.
I remember that jerk is still around. The guy that was the main villain of the main game, who we never got a name for.
Entrust my will and my spirit to you.
Time traveling silent guy. Oh, you know, he does have an affinity for people who don't talk. He and Pancake were really tight.
But as long as you bear this righteous blade,
You will
I shall
never be
fight
defeated by the
alongside you.
Figure Holy Empire. It's the same blade that Ryu Hayabusa had to steal or get or whatever.
you, visitor from another time,
Get out of here.
take this sword.
Take these
Feel
broken
the
swords.
spirit of my forebears within it,
And my pallbearers.
and strike down our hated foe.
So are you dead now? Because I was looking forward to having allies in this DLC. Because I remember Benkei's death story. I actually don't remember what happened to Miyamoto if they die in the same battle. Which would actually... Maybe that is what happens. Oh, we're just going to go reset our cool stuff at the shrine here. I kind of want your frickin' sword. Kadama can have it. Or rather, we thought it was his Sudama shrine, and we're hoping that it will exchange his family's legendary sword for a really cool Kusarigama we can use. But that wouldn't be the end of the DLC, would it? We have to go kill... And we've possessed by Ho via Spirit Division. But yeah, we presumably got to go kill his main enemy now. Do you figure there'd be at least 3 main story missions in the DLC? I don't know why 3 is the magic number, but I seem to recall all of the DLCs before had at least that many story missions in them. It's that old shrine again. So I have returned to my own time. But that was no illusion, no dream. The sound of that flute still sounds in my ears. Oh! It's, The Inner Light. It's that famous Star Trek The Next Generation episode where Picard, gets, like, zapped back in time in his own mind and lives a full life as a member of the species that that is destroyed. And when he wakes up on the Enterprise, everything's fine, but he still remembers his whole life. And he plays a flute song that he learned from this dead species. Yeah. Anyway. Where next? That fragment of my memory Yoshitsune shared with me was guiding me. I know it. And so a new journey begins. This is the end. Was that really the end of Tengu's disciple? Soul cores have been purified, can now be attuned. Seto Taisho soul core would be... I guess this is the soul core that lets you just have... what's his name? The Banky. I don't know why he would have a soul core. Twilight Mission Darkness Brewing unlocked. Twilight Mission has changed. Head west. Head east. Prisoner of the Stones, Eternal Rivals, we just did. Speak with Pancake in the interim. Okay, I guess maybe the story isn't done, but we got to go to the interim and do some story stuff. This is fine. Because now I'm like, it's only 10 minutes left in the video. This is actually kind of perfect timing for me to just call it a quick 2-video session. Oh man, look, we got to do inventory management too. I'll go to the interim, but I'm almost afraid we're going to get two items here and go over on my inventory. All who die must eventually arrive in a place known as the Interim. Here, a great tree is encircled by the eternal waters of a vast river that separates the dead from the living. The dead flow upon the river from the shore of the living, pausing for respite in the hollow of the great tree before departing for the far shores of the afterlife. It is said that those who cling dearly to matters of the living never depart the Interim at all. So one of my normal friends here, or am I in a... Is the Interim... It would make sense the Interim wouldn't be affected by time in the normal way. This guy's still hanging out. Place is full of strange folks. They don't seem to care that I'm a yokai. Yeah, they're not racist. Like you are, yokai. Racist against humans. And assuming they would be racist against you. Alright, well anyway, it looks like none of the people who used to be here are here, and I'm not even sure how many of them are left, because some of them we already got rid of, like, you know, Katsui, anybody we chatted with before. You were always here, and you're still here, so it is unconnected from time, I guess.
In this place, wishes beyond your wildest dreams can be granted.
Pretty cool, huh?
It isn't bad at all. I have no intention of leaving for the time being.
Well, there's Pancake. Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm not carrying them all with me. There's a set where I could dress up as the Master Swordsman. I think the Master Swordsman outfit might be it, or something similar. But this guy killed the Shogun, the real, like the Ashikaga Shogun or Ashita, whatever they're called. Yeah, like he betrayed and murdered the Shogun before when the Shogun was had become kind of a figurehead. Japanese politics at the time were weird. The Emperor was a figurehead, but the Shogun was supposed to be the real power. But sometimes the Shogun was also a figurehead, and this guy killed a sort of figurehead shogun who didn't really have control of the country anymore. And then I guess who actually became shogun? Nobunaga was never shogun that I recall. Ieyasu eventually was, and by the time he was, the shogun was the real one in charge again. But anyway, let's talk to Pancake. It is you. No, he's a demon. Well, now he's talking but in Japanese. He doesn't get an English voice. Now will you believe? I'll believe in you if you believe in me. But I already won a boss battle with you. Well, that's the thing that we could do, but we've got some other stuff we need to do. It doesn't seem like... that being the case, it doesn't seem like we can really do any more in the story. This was a pretty short little DLC in that sense. Do I want to do the intro cinematic of the next DLC? That probably deserves to be its own video. Like, we'll do a video where we just start the next DLC and not kind of be messing with it. But I got various side things. An encounter amongst the blossoms. No matter how old I get, the beauty of the cherry blossoms never ceases to amaze me. But what the land... See, I'm trying to just do a goat voice, and it's turning into Torgo, and then I realize Torgo was supposed to sound like a goat guy. He was supposed to be a satyr. He had, like, weird goat legs. I think that weird delivery he had was somebody trying to talk like a goat man. But with the land overrun by yokai, Many of those who head for the mountains in the innocent pursuit of the blossoms will never return. Let us rid this. I like this guy a lot more now that he's Jorgo. Let us rid this place of the yokai that have infested it to ensure no one falls victim to them. Perhaps then this place can be enjoyed for the beauty of its blossoms again. Gesture recite poem. Don't really care. Blood on the Wind or Violent Cherry Blossoms. Like, we unlocked a new Twilight mission, but that doesn't mean that we're going to get a chance to do it anytime soon. Soul of the Warrior Monk. Well, it seems that brute Pancake has a matter he would like your help with. He appears to be most exercised about it, and it would hardly do to turn a blind eye to his plight. As a warrior who has felled countless enemies to further his collection of spirit-inhabited weapons, he should not be underestimated. Don't let your guard down just because you beat him once. Yeah, I'm assuming he's way harder this time for some reason. Eternal Rivals, Prisoners of the Stones. Seems the flames of war burn once again in Hiriizumi. The Fujiwara and Minamoto clans appear to be clashing over the spirit stones. Many lives will be lost unless we intervene. If only there was some way to ensure the stones don't end up in the hands of evildoers. Well, first things first, said to Hiriizumi, we can at least survey the battlefields to get a better idea of what's happening. Well, we can get a samurai lock out of that. And indeed, we have a new samurai lock. We got a samurai lock in this last battle. Now, had I set some kind of objective for what I was going to do with samurai skill points? Damage boost courage, damage boost constitution, reckless slice, increase the damage dealt by certain active skills 10% and not be able to form a key pulse. No, thank you. Certain active damage boost based on your strength. Fatal fist. Hands of Death 2. Cannon Master 3. Effect can go from 8 to 10. Effect can go from 5 to 8. Wow. Well, I'm about to get 2. So I don't use Flux. But you never know when I might need to try to learn it. Damage boost heart. You know, just in case I want to learn it, let's get this going. Because I'll get another heart, another samurai skill point and can get that. And then I could learn deliberate slice. What I'm missing are things like get a constitution bonus. I've already got lots of these unlocked that I don't use. Or I could get rifle, matchlock master 2, cannon master and 3. These are just really, that's a tiny increase, 2%. But, I mean, if I just end up getting more and more points from doing missions, it might eventually be worth doing. I probably need to do some inventory management, but I can probably do that another time. Certainly I don't need to do it while you guys are sitting here watching, because it's time for us to call it a video. When we come back next time, hopefully I will remember to do inventory management before I start a video. I better just do at least some now. But when we do come back next time, I guess we'll do the side ops that we've got here to completely finish the Tengu's Disciple. But I'm kind of surprised it was only 2 missions long. They were both very long maps, but it was really only those 2 missions. I thought it would have been longer. But it's alright. I got the all 3 together in one, like, you know, season pass. And I think you got the split staff came from one and the fist came from another, and one of them doesn't come with anything at all. But between the three of them, we're probably going to do okay for content. But for now, I'm going to call it and stop talking, and we'll catch you next time for just some odds and ends to try to wrap up the Tengu's Disciple. Bye-bye.